Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'd like to talk to you about Colourpop. I don't know why, I never talk about Colourpop on my channel. It's not because I don't like their stuff or that I don't use them. It's just that for some reason I never think about including them in my favorites or doing tutorials with them. I think the last time I used a Colourpop shadow in a tutorial was 3 years ago. Easily. So, I made an order from them recently and that kind of prompted this whole idea of doing a video about my top 10 favorite Super Shock eyeshadows. So when I talk about Colourpop, I mostly mean the Super Shock eyeshadows because I don't really own much of their other things. I have one of the Luster Lux lipsticks, which I have talked about briefly in a video recently. I really enjoyed it. Did I talk about it in a video? I don't think so. Maybe it was on Instagram. Yeah, it was on Instagram, sorry. I did talk about it on Instagram and I mentioned how much I liked it, but I only have one of those. And I think somewhere in my drawers there is also a lipsticks that I never use, but generally speaking, the Super Shock eyeshadows are the type of product that I have the most of and I enjoy the most. I really enjoy the formula of the Super Shock eyeshadows and I think they are pretty much the easiest, most foolproof way to achieve an easy but striking eye look. And a lot of the eyeshadows that I'm going to show you are actually more on the neutral side. The reason for that being that while I think the colorful eyeshadows are also very beautiful, because I have so much indies and so much like duochrome sparkly indies, I don't consider the neutrals from I don't consider the colorful shadows from Colourpop to be all that special, with few exceptions that I'm going to show you. But the neutrals, that is where I think Colourpop really shines. I think their Super Shock ultra glittery neutral eyeshadows are probably the best neutral types of eyeshadows on the market. So if you're a neutral eyeshadow lover and you are considering, you know, stepping up your game in terms of neutral eyeshadows and like dabbling your toes into more like glittery, more glitzy, more impactful eyeshadows, I think Super Shock eyeshadows are the best way to go. They're inexpensive, they last for a really long time, and you can definitely either build them up or apply them more sheer, depending on your likings. And I am going to mention a few exceptions in terms of like colorful eyeshadows that I really enjoy from Colourpop, but for the most part, what I think Colourpop does best is impactful neutral eyeshadows. So that's the way to go. I'm not really sure all of these eyeshadows are still available, but I think most of them are actually still available. Maybe there is only one that was a limited edition, but for the rest I think you can still get these eyeshadows on the Colourpop website. These are $5 a piece, by the way, if you didn't know that already. And they come in those cute little white pots, which I think are super adorable. I don't really like collecting single eyeshadows, like single pan eyeshadows, because or like little packages of like 2 or 3 eyeshadows, because I just really don't like that. I have very few of those and I don't like buying eyeshadows in like a single format like this, but I think the Colourpop eyeshadows are super cute and I really don't mind having a bunch of them. Okay, I'm holding this one and I'm going to start with it also because it's the one that I'm wearing on my eyelids right now, and that is in the color Hammered. So Hammered is a really pretty and sparkly olivey green shadow with like gold sparkles in it. Come on camera, focus. Okay, there you go. This is such a beautiful shade, guys. It applies really smoothly and really impactful and pigmented. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that was like the worst swatch in the history of time. Okay. Let's do this again. So, before I start swatching these eyeshadows, by the way, just so you know how I use them personally, you can use them over an eyeshadow primer only, that is totally up to you. I like using them over a glitter base just because I'm kind of OCD when it comes to applying metallic shadows over glitter bases. I always feel like that's the best way to go. You can also foil these, like if you spritz your brush or whatever, and you make them much more intense and metallic. Up to you, but anyone can use these eyeshadows any way they want. They're, by the way, really squishy. Like if I put my finger into it, I immediately can make a little dent. You see that? I like applying these also, by the way, with my fingers, just so we're clear about type of application. You can use a brush, but I prefer my finger. This eyeshadow is so beautiful. I don't know whether you can see the sparkles. Oh, I made a mess. Oh man. I'm telling you dudes, I'm like the worst swatcher in the fucking world. Anyway, so this is Hammered. Absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend if you enjoy olive green types of eyeshadows. Personally, those are some of my favorite, like smoky type of eyes to create with like a beautiful deep olive green type of shadow. Okay, the next one is one that I obtained recently, so I'm pretty sure that one is still on the website, and that one is Fluffy. Fluffy is a beautiful, like a champagne gold with a bit of a pink duochrome to it. I love this eyeshadow. It makes such a beautiful lid shade or like inner corner shade. Gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. So this right here is Fluffy. Again, really pigmented, really beautiful. I'm not splitting these in like colorful versus neutral eyeshadows, by the way. I'm just doing them totally randomly, so I hope you don't mind. The next one is one of my favorite from like the colorful eyeshadows, and that is the shade Tankinin. Tankinin is like the happiest, most beautiful, sparkly sun yellow ever. One thing I would like to add about this color, I most of the time apply it over a yellow eyeshadow because I feel like it applies a little bit sheer on its own. But see, already on the swatch you can kind of see that it is a little bit sheer. So I personally like to apply like a yellow eyeshadow underneath this and then pack this over top, because it is not super opaque on its own. I mean, maybe this is opaque for your standards, for mine it's not. So I do like applying it with a little something underneath. But that being said, it is the fucking happiest yellow in the world. I love it. So that is Tankinin. Okay, the next one is also another one of those really like poppy, colorful, happy colors, and that is the shade Flipper. Flipper is more of like a light tangerine, orange, peach shade with glitter in it. It looks like this. This is another really happy eyeshadow. This one you don't have to apply over a base because it applies, I feel like, pretty opaque on its own. So this right here is Flipper. Such a beautiful, fun shade for the summer. These two are super fun to use in the summer. I don't know why I never think of them in the winter, but as soon as like spring and summer come by, I'm like, oh, Tankinin, oh, Flipper. Happy times. Okay, the next one that I absolutely love, and this one is probably, if not my probably my most favorite one. I think this is my most favorite eyeshadow from Colourpop, and that is the color So Quiche. So Quiche is so stunning. Oh my god. This shade is really difficult to describe because it looks like a taupey olive green with pink sparkles in it. That is really the best way I can describe it. I think they describe it as a taupe with pink glitter, but obviously when you move it a little bit into the light you can see a little bit of those green tones coming through, and that is also how this shade looks like on the lid. This is my favorite like neutral eyeshadow to use on my eyelids. I absolutely love So Quiche. If there is one color I highly recommend getting, it's this one. Look how gorgeous. And those pink sparklies, So that is So Quiche. Okay, if So Quiche made like the first place in my top 10, I think this one would definitely be in the top 3, either in the second or in the third place, and that is the shade Nillionare. Come on camera, how hard is it to focus? Okay, so Nillionare is more of like a bronzy brown with a bunch of gold types of sparklies to it. Actually, I think it's described as like multicolored glitter. So you do see a little bit of like pink and maybe other colors shining through. Absolutely stunning. This one is also really pigmented and really soft and really smooth, and I absolutely love it for like more neutral type of eye. So this right here is Nillionare. You can clearly see the difference between Nillionare and Quiche. Quiche definitely is a little bit more, it leans more on the cooler side, whereas Nillionare is definitely, because of those bronzy tones, a little bit warmer. I love both of these. Absolutely gorgeous. Next one is one of the most colorful eyeshadows from Colourpop that I own, and also one that unfortunately I feel like is starting to dry on me, so I'm not even sure that it's going to swatch very well, but that is the shade Fizz. Fizz is one of those pressed pigment shades, and it is like a very intense chartreuse green. Absolutely stunning. I love using this one on the lid or in the inner corner as a pop of green. Beautiful shade. Yeah, this one, now that I'm especially comparing to the rest, and you can also see a little bit from the structure of it on my finger, is definitely drying out, but it's also one of my oldest Colourpop eyeshadows. So this right here is Fizz. It is drying out on me, but I think if I make another Colourpop order, I might actually pick up another one of these, because I do really like this shade. I'm starting to run out of space here on my hand, so I'm going to flip on this side for the rest of the eyeshadows. This one is definitely an eyeshadow that was limited edition, and it was actually sent to me by Amber because she knew that I would absolutely love it, and that is the shade Puppy Love. Puppy Love is gorgeous. Puppy Love is like a light champagne pink with a copper duochrome. Look how gorgeous that is. I mean, oh. So this right here is Puppy Love. I don't know if it's showing up on camera because it's a pretty light shade, and it is one that I like to use primarily on my inner corners, but it also makes a stunning lid shade. I hope you can see it at least a little bit because it's so pretty. Okay, this next shade is definitely in my top 3, and probably it comes in second place before Nillionare because I love it. It's also one of my newer eyeshadows from Colourpop, and it is called Cosmic Charge. Cosmic Charge is like a light taupey brownie base packed with blue sparkles. So beautiful. It doesn't swatch very impressively, or at least I think it doesn't swatch very impressively, but it looks absolutely beautiful when you put it on the lid. Oh my god. Can you see this blue duochrome? So gorgeous and so metallic and so reflective. I highly recommend this one as well, especially if you want a little bit of a neutral with a twist. So this last eyeshadow is also colorful, and it is called Sugar. Sugar is like a silvery slate type of blue with a lot of, well, sparkles, different color sparkles. It seems like it's silver sparkles, but I'm also seeing a little bit of gold in there, it seems like too. Also a really beautiful shade. Look how beautiful. So this right here is the swatch for Sugar. So let's do a little quick rundown again. So we got here Hammered, Fluffy, Tankinin, Flipper, Quiche, Nillionare, Fizz, and then Puppy Love, Cosmic Charge, and Sugar. So guys, it really depends on your preferences and what you're looking for in an eyeshadow. If I had to make a top 3 of the neutral eyeshadows, I would definitely say Quiche, Nillionare and Cosmic Charge. And if I had to make a top 3 of the colorful eyeshadows, it would definitely be the yellow, Tankinin, the green, Fizz, and the blue, which is Sugar, because all these 3 are absolutely gorgeous. They have a lot of beautiful other colorful eyeshadows. Like I said, I don't really tend to collect the colorful Colourpop Super Shock shadows because I feel like they're nothing overly special compared to all of my other pressed shadows or loose indie eyeshadows, and I feel like where Colourpop really shines is those beautiful neutrals with a twist. So guys, that was pretty much all for today and for this video featuring my top 10 Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadows. Let me know which your favorites are and whether I should check some of them out. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or you just want to say hi, please do so in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!